So as you guys know and have heard me say many times, there are no guarantees in crypto. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And I have to say that I am still 100% convinced that ADA is going to set a new all-time high in a big way and surprise a lot of people. Now, obviously, like it says below, this isn't financial advice or anything like that, but there's a lot of things that have been aligning perfectly for ADA. And I want to talk about specifically a few comments that I've seen and some very quiet steps forward that have happened for ADA behind the scenes that people aren't really paying attention to. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So the reason I wanted to make this video is I saw a comment from a user saying, or a viewer saying, "Oh yeah, I have some buddies. I know some people that are ADA millionaires. They accumulated near the top of the last market cycle, and they're just waiting to dump, and blah blah blah, and all these things." Right? He's like, because of that, ADA is not going to breach $3.50. And this type of thinking, I think, is completely wrong. All right, totally defeatist, first of all, and it's not like your experience or your your point of view because of this is a unique one. All right, and the reason why I say that is we see this in all assets throughout crypto. There are tons of people that bought large bags of assets near the top. And the reason why is because that's when the highest levels of adoption take place in crypto. When prices are pumping, when FOMO kicks in, when everybody's excited, that is when you see the most buying take place. And guess what? When ADA is running towards and passes the prior all time high, you're going to see the same thing. Later on in market cycles, like the last 3 to 6 months of a market cycle, there is an exponential amount of adoption that happens compared to the 3.5 years prior. All right. People really truly need to understand that. And because of that, that is the reason why assets typically face some resistance at the prior all time high, yes, but end up blowing past them in a big way. Now, why I'm convinced that ADA is going to set a new all time high by a long shot, and again, you guys know my projection. I talked about this earlier today, that kind of $7 to $15 range, is because what does ADA have or in Cardano have now that it didn't have last market cycle? A functioning ecosystem, right? Although some people have complained about the level of activity within Cardano and don't think, that there's a ton of daily active users, that doesn't really matter right now because again, we're in low times of DeFi usage anyways that typically picks up later in market cycles. We've also seen some pretty significant things on the development side, whether that being, the smart contract layer for BTC, or being approached by governments to become pieces of infrastructure for that government, or enterprises using the Cardano blockchain, right? And so many things that are even happening behind the scenes that we don't even know about yet. These are all things that are going to help stimulate activity and create further demand for ADA, all right? And that will be late market demand. That's not early market demand, right? That's why right now you're not seeing the Cardano ecosystem really, I don't want to say not boom in a big way, because it is. We've seen TVL growth, we've seen an increase in users, we've seen increase in projects on chain, but hopefully that makes sense. That stuff is later market stuff anyways. But the point I want to make is that as we go running to new all-time highs, we're doing big things in terms of adoption across the industry, right? We're getting into mass adoption. You're seeing hundreds of millions of new users enter the space. You're seeing hundreds of billions, if not trillions, in capital enter the market. Okay. And again, ADA has shown us, I saw somebody disagree with this too, saying that retail doesn't love ADA. They do. It's it's one of the few approved assets in several regions around the world. It saw some of the largest capital inflows when we were actually getting adoption from outside the space. For example, back in March, obviously, as we saw some retail capital trickle in over the last month, it was getting some of the highest inflows there. I mean, this isn't unknown stuff. It shouldn't come as a surprise to people that ADA being a legacy coin and performing well during these times, that's really not a surprising thing. So no, I don't think, people selling and taking profit around the all-time high is frankly going to matter that much, because then people see opportunity, especially new people entering the space. Is that the right time to buy? Well, probably not. I don't buy. I try not to buy at the highs or on green candles or when assets are pumping. I don't chase stuff, but there will always be people that will during times of infancy in this market. And that's exactly where we're at. Now, that being said, what you're seeing from ADA holders in general is a lot of resilience, a lot of strength. And this continued buying of the dip that we're seeing isn't a new thing in terms of ADA. For example, just look at how consistently whales are just adding and adding and adding. Even as price was on the rise, even as ADA was doing well, right? Ran up to $1.30, discounted down to 90 some, and guess what? They added more to their bag. These aren't surprising things. So ADA's made enough in terms of steps forward to continue gaining traction in the market. It is done enough to keep optics high. All the things that you need to really grow as an asset, ADA has. And this is why, we've had the discussions about Cardano becoming the most dominant blockchain in crypto, becoming the true secure enterprise and government chain, right? The one that can frankly do all the things. It can do in fact all those things. And ADA has the opportunity to really benefit in a big way because of this. So hopefully I didn't get too far off track there, but I really wanted to highlight this with you guys. I think it's very important that people understand that, yes, there will be people that take profit at the top, but just as people are taking profit, you're seeing high volume, you are seeing increased accumulation. And with this supply shock that's going to hit ADA, like we talked about, with what's limited and available in the market, it's going to allow price to run even faster. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you're new, hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. Again, it's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. And make sure you hit that like too. Let me know you guys are enjoying what we're talking about here on the channel. So have a great day. Show your love below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.